Hi everybody, just a quick reminder why I'm doing these videos in the car. It's just an easy and a quick way for you to get to know what my thoughts and opinions and views are regarding small business today. So it's a little bit more up to date, more instant, just to give you my thinking and views behind small business. So as I mentioned last time, that I believe in growth. There has to be growth. And the way to do it is to add value to your product, so that as you add more value and clients see it as valuable, word of mouth will spread and more people will make use of your product or service. The other way to grow is to do a joint venture with another small business, where you would get a percentage of the profits. So growth in terms of joint ventures or partnerships, you would get a percentage, and then also internal growth on the company that you own 100% is by adding value. Now, what I want to talk about today is I just want a little bit focused on adding value, because I often look at small businesses or businesses that I come across, and it's like they're doing the same product, they're offering the same product year after year, and there's hardly any improvement. You know that adding value to your product or service, you're constantly thinking of ways to improve. How can you how can the customer or the client benefit from your product offer? Every time you are thinking innovatively, you are thinking out of the box, you're thinking differently, you're thinking of how can you make it better. Adding value is making it better. And one of the ways or the importance of it is that as you add more value, you might not see an increase in customers immediately, but at some point there will be a tipping point where all those little values that you've added just simply adds up, and you will find more people doing business with more people. I just want to give a quick example. You know, I've been adding value to my computer training. I do one-to-one computer training, and I've been adding value, just to give you an example, by adding videos, right? So I've now experienced that a lot of the students in class, they don't have time to take notes, or they take notes so fast that when they get home the next day, or when they get home and they practice, say, the next day on what they've learned, they don't even understand their notes. So some people are very meticulous in taking notes, some people aren't. And you doing the little training videos, it just reinforces when they watch it, they can see what steps or what functions they went to in class. So it makes it easier. So whether you're using notes or whether you're using the video, it's a means that I've added value. Now, if I'm constantly thinking of adding value and making it a better experience for my students, so the word will spread, and they will, and you would meet the expectations, because that is why they're buying a product or service, because they are expecting that product to be a quality product to solve their problems. They are expecting that using the product, it will better their lives. So you've got to constantly think of how can you help the customer, not just with the product that you are offering, but the whole experience that they have with your product. So bearing that in mind and continuously adding value to your product, you will find at some point there is a tipping point where you would be almost the leader in your product or service that you offer. So that's my views on adding value. pity that I don't see it a lot more in companies today, but one has to add value, and the way to do it is to look and watch and ask. Put yourself in your client's shoes and look for, while you offering that service, look for the cues. How can you make it easier? How do they as individuals learn and think and engage with your product? And then make it a goal to improve the product every time. So in other words, for small business, I'm a very big believer of add the frills. So it's like a coffee shop. When you're having the coffee, add the little cookie there. Whether you're going to get customers or not, it's just making that whole experience for the customer better and adding value. So for small business, add value, because as I said, the race is to the top. You want to have the best product, the best service. We're not in the business of some businesses where they just gobble up. Big companies gobble up smaller companies, and then they put the price down, and then there's no service. We are here as small business to create a niche in the market and to improve the product quality to such an extent that you are an expert and that there's nobody better than you. But you've got to watch out for complacency. Complacency is the #1 enemy of small business. Well, I hope you found this interesting. Adding value. Constantly ask yourself, how can I add value for my customers and my clients? How can I make a better product, a better service? How can I exceed the expectations of my customer? How can I make it a better experience for them? They're not just buying a product, they are buying a product experience. Thank you very much.